We're pumping iron.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing with Imskir, Iron Eater. He gets a discount based on a number of artifacts you control because he has affinity, as do many other cards in this deck, because we want to cast high mana value artifacts for very little mana and then throw them at our opponent. We also want to play lots of cheap, free 0 and 1 cost artifacts in order to make Imskir cost as little as possible, draw a ton of cards, and then fuel the rest of the deck. This deck is doing all sorts of artifact things. It's also going to be sacrificing Imskir to play him again, and because he's got such a high mana value, he can pack a serious punch. So let's take Imskir, Iron Eater, the updated version of Bosch, Iron Golem, into the queue and see if we can have an affinity for fun. Wrenn and Six, the Looper of Strip Mines. I've got nothing very fast or interesting here. Very little resilience against strip mines. I do have removal for Wrenn and Six once, but I don't think that's going to be enough. This hand, I have Ornithopter, Mox, this and that. I'm going to hope it's enough and keep. I'm just going to spit all these out. Hurrah! It deals no damage. I have a couple equipment in the deck, but for now, it deals no damage. It's just chillin'. More artifacts I have out, less this cost to cast. And the more I draw. Red. They're strangling the Ornithopter? Okay. Rude. Nothing on turn 2. Wrenn and Six. No lands to recur from the graveyard, so they can just minus my face or chill and +1 to nothing. I'll play this Foundry Inspector. It'll discount these for the future. Next turn might be able to get the Solar and the Solar Transformer, possibly and Mirror Enforcer out. Sylvan Scrying. Oh boy! They tutored for Strip Mine. What a surprise. I've never seen that move before, except for every single, Wrenn and Six game since the beginning of time. Put it back in their hand, and eventually they'll be able to play additional cards each turn. All right, Ichor Wellspring, what do you draw? Got a land at least. Solar Transformer. Non-land ramp. And I'll use the Foundry Inspector to bop Wrenn and Six. Yeah, until they get the ability to either protect Wrenn and Six, getting rid of this, or play additional lands per turn out, they're just going to be one for winning. They're thinking. They're stinking. That gets them 2 mana on just a single land. I have it in this deck too. It's nasty early because of all the colorless spells. 2 life, a green, and they explore. That lets them play an additional land this turn. They could just use that for colorless. If they have a fetch land, they could also use Wrenn to grab it from the grave. What you doing, Wrenn and Six? They're thinking is what they're doing, and I don't like that. There's the fetch. Windswept Heath could get them just a forest, or it could get them a dual land, one of the shocks. No, just a regular forest. They have 3 mana up. Tireless Provisioner. An elf that will generate additional mana. Landfall gets them treasures. And that gives them 2 landfalls. Okay, I can Iron Eater. I can kill one or both of these potentially. Or I could bring out the Camille. I'm going for Camille. I have to do it before this potentially dies. Come at me, bro. You let this die. It's so easy to recast. Sure. Cool, free Tezzeret. Tezzeret's very good at getting me, like, the Moxes. He can get me the Mox Opal or whatever it's called. He also gets lots of loyalty and can eventually start turning things into robots. Beep boop. They strip mine me. Big surprise. Now Ramanop's going to let them just play this from the graveyard, so they can just use the plus for other forms of card advantage. So, like, they could put this in hand and then discard it. That all works. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana currently. I will play Imskir. Yeah, putting out another artifact first does not change the number of cards I draw. So I won't bother. I'm going to minus. Okay, Ramanop does not die to any of the one-cost things. It dies to, like, Chainsaw. I'm gonna grab Ghost Vacuum. Having a tutor that gets you graveyard hate is so incredibly helpful in this format. We discover, and it's a deluge! Oh, absolutely! 1, 2, 3. No more run-em-ups. Yeah, it's, this has been a really helpful card for me. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Windswept Heath. Right now they only have one piece of recursion from graveyard in play, so I will probably hit whatever they happen to bring back. And save that for something else. Or, like, for next turn. Because they would need to destroy this. So I'm just taking that. They don't get it in their hand. If they want to, they can still play Strip Mine and Strip Mine me. I can't stop that part of the action. They Surveil. Second land this turn. They kept whatever it was on top. I'll play a Swamp. This Signet. Caldera Breaker. I think I have 7 lands left in my deck. Or 7, specifically, mountains. Pop the loot. Mirror Enforcer. Do that minus. I have no lands up, but I could, like, grab a land, or I could grab, like, Mox Opal here. It'll be useful for something eventually, I'm sure of it. Ramming speed at Wrenn and Six. And we discover getting more value. I love Bombardiers. Bombardiers is my favorite way, I think, to kill Imskir. Aftermath Analyst will let them bring back all the lands in their graveyard. Currently, none of them, because they have none. Let's see, I see an Arid Mesa. Stone Rain. Purely on that landfall and land destruction game plan. Horrendous. But between Imskir and this, I can deal so much direct damage. Next turn, I can attack with everything. Then throw, say, Camille, and throw Imskir at them, all in the end step. Oh no, I'm being strip mined. So long as they have the recursion up, we don't use our Ghost Vacuum. Actually, one sec. In end step, I am using it, because, if they get rid of their blocker, it is more than lethal. A tapped strip mine's not gonna help you, buddy. Alright. Let's show them what's what. We attack in. And you know what? Imskir, I need to throw this, the Ichor Wellspring, at them. A nice Xaxes. And we got there. Feels good. Rofellos, Llanowar, Emissary. I'm going to look to find some removal, though this is a really nice hand. With a turn 1 Drix Interlacer into Retrofitter and Talisman and Signet, maybe I should just keep this and race. I've got, yeah, 2 artifact lands. So this is the ultimate in just artifact. They go first, and they're Rofellos. Whatever they play is going to be so much scarier than everything in my deck. I want to do the thing. You guys already know what Rofellos says. He taps for a ton of mana. He's elf. They ramp. Sometimes you untap him in the turn to make him more ramp. Yippee! Okay, I got a Mox Opal. Because I got the Mox Opal, I'm going to start with the Drix Interlacer, and then play the Mox Opal. And because I now have enough, I can also pop down this Retrofitter Foundry. The land's an artifact. Nice. 4 permanents on turn 1. I'll take it. Here comes Rofellos. What a fellow, that Rofellos. Tapping. I don't believe I can do that one. Yeah. Ringleaf. Imskir already down to 2 mana. Overlord of the Hauntwoods makes them a, well, it's an everything. Oh, sweet. Great Furnace. It's pretty great. I think I do want Treasure Vault. You Signet. Imskir. Wow, I drew removal. Just that good. Legion Extruder. Hitting the Rofellos. And I will draw 4. Probably one of these will cost 1. Perfect. Demonic Junker. I'll destroy this Overlord. I'm not sacrificing any of my own. And with Affinity for artifacts, Frogmere Enforcer's also coming down. And I did it! With my artifact value hand, I was able to actually outpace a Rofellos. Tiny Bones Bauble Burglar will be taking cards out of our graveyard and casting them for himself. Or, well, out of discard and casting them for himself. This is a way to punish me whenever I'm discarding cards. Even if I'm the one who causes me to discard, they still benefit. They can also make me discard with the commander itself, which, nice. Let's see what you got. I'm going to just start with an Inquisition of Kozilek. Okay, Toxic Deluge, Divest, Children's Edict, and Bandit's Talent. Of these, I'm going to hit the Bandit's Talent, since this is going to make me discard and also continuously make me, like, lose life, and then they'll start drawing cards. My Virus Beetle. Oh, yeah, we knew they were going to make it go, but it's still sad. Poor Beeble. I'll name Demon. A Mox Amber gives them a 3rd mana source. Did they get a land? Looks like they didn't. Next turn I can Damnation. I feel like saving the land or using it for better fixing. I'm going to use it for better fixing, even though it shows them what I have. I know I don't need to crack it open. I'm still going to here. I'm a black deck. life totals or whatever. Now we're putting them right back to 2 mana. The spells that I'm a little worried about in hand, Let's Play Game isn't that good, but it would, like, mind rot me. So, like, it's a little worrisome. Nice, Tezzeret. I will play this Tezzeret and immediately use his -3 before they could Edict him. Soul Shatter, that works too. And now, between these, I can get any of them. I'm going to get one that I can play this turn. I'm actually thinking Ghost Vacuum. Ghost Vacuum tends to be a really good choice. Retrofitter is a good way for me to make tons of artifacts. This is a good way for me to cut them off from interacting with the graveyard. Because remember, they're making us discard. They're making me sacrifice things. If I'm also able to stop them from taking those things out of the graveyard, I feel like I'm in an okay place. And I want to prioritize creatures from either graveyard, because then I can bring them back. Yay. Okay, Imskir. I'll draw 1. Okay, Arena of Glory. Boots on the Imskir. Swinging in. They do have the Edict. I like that they have the Tiny Bones sleeves. And the Tiny Bones pet. Bye, Black Cleave. That will go into exile. I guess I could have exiled it in response. Yeah, I could have done that. Soldier's Edict. Put that back. Attackers, blockers, whatevers. And... so just hit cards from their graveyard. This cares about Delirium, so I'll take the thing with the most interesting type. I could haste this out. I think I'll just 1 ring. And I won't draw the cards until after they've missed their opportunity for discards. Very few instant speed ways to make somebody discard. There are some. Not that many. You could make us each lose life. Or make me lose life. Let the Soul Shatter. Alright, we're in end step. I'll draw. Nice. Bombardiers. That lets me throw things. That's the best way for me to describe what it's doing. I will pay 1 to draw. Cool, 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 and cool. Frog. Chainsaw. The Bombardiers. This has haste. I am also going to put the boots on it, though. For a little bit of ward action. Swinging in. And anytime after I've declared it as an attacker, I can throw this frog. You like my mythic rare frog? Thank you. It's a good frog. It is the mythic rare printing of it because it's the Bloomborough one. I think it's also the only version we have in Arena. I don't think it was on like the Brothers War bonus sheet or anything. Why do you hate the frog? Stop sacrificing it. Because it dealt 6 damage to face. And it's artifact. We sacrifice artifacts in this deck. They've only got 10 life left. And they're paying 2 of it Hit my Bombardier. Oh, this chainsaw is getting rowdy. I think I could honestly just, like, haste and equip the chainsaw. Bombardier over Frog. It's free real estate. I'll start with the Signet. Oop, didn't give me, I didn't click for haste there. That's fine. That just means no chainsaw for the kill this turn. I'll see if I can get to it next turn. Does this make you sacrifice? No, just -1/-1. Discard or lose and gain. Let's play a game. I'll discard bread and weapons manufacturing. Demon with a chainsaw? Like some sort of a chainsaw man, you could say. Aw, they can make me sacrifice Imskir. More. More! Oh, let's go. I want to kill them with the Fire Weaver. Or the Hellkite. And haste! Or maybe even another frog! GG. Breya, Ethereum Shaper, like us, is all about artifacts. She's going to be sacrificing them and making them in order to, well, make you lose life, deal damage to planeswalkers, kill creatures, and gain life themselves. I guess I'll strike it rich on turn 1 to get a treasure token. Yay, number go down. Breya is really cool. Very strong card, too. Want to maximize that fixing. And I could play one of the rocks this turn. But I kind of want to, like, double rock next turn if I can get a land. And I can always use Tezzeret to grab a land for me if I get desperate. I'd rather use him to get something cooler than a land. But, like, land is fine, too. Free artifact. I'll make you discard. Which card? A land. Okay. With the talismans added, I think Breya got a lot better. We got all the talismans and signets added only like 2 months ago. And they're good. Yeah, that cares about the number of artifacts. There's a talisman, just as we predicted. Didn't get a land, that's fine. I will go for the Terminus of Returnimus. It's the Soul Stone. No more Saheeli, and I'll hit you for 1. Oh, that's scary, though. They have an Urza in hand. This Urza, easy to go infinite with. Kind of gets nasty, too. This Saheeli Rai also has an infinite, but the other half of the infinite combo isn't in Arena. Was it, Felidar? It's a good cat. Felidar Guardian? Yup, that's the one. With Felidar Guardian, you make a copy of the cat, which then blinks Saheeli, which lets you make a copy of the cat, which blinks Saheeli, lets you make a copy of the cat. They all have haste, you swing in for lethal. Now this guy just lets you tap your artifacts for mana, which is scary, but also he makes a construct and lets you cast a spell for free. A random card actually just gets put on top of your deck, and if it's a land, you could play it, and if it's a spell, you can cast it. Hi, Urza. There he is. Me not getting a land. Do I just go for the Tezzeret land? Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Soon, this system will even the smallest tree
It really is embarrassing, at least to me. And I'll go for Cranial Ram. Using up the treasure. Breya will be able to destroy it because Breya can make mana by tapping the Thopters she makes with Urza. Yeah, the Gunblade is blocking my view of your cards. So they still have 3 mana up. Oh, 4! Right, they could tap Breya herself. She's also an artifact. They're tapping it for Saheeli. The Saheeli makes servos when they cast non-creature spells. They can also turn artifacts into different artifacts. Which I don't think they'd want to do here, but like they could turn something into that construct. Why are you hovering over it so much? Are you thinking about like, oh, what if I turn you into this? Don't. A land! Oh, yay! I did it! I got a land!
This technology is advanced.
I'll minus. Are any of my 1 and 0 drops able to do a thing about that? Kinda. I can call her up. Yeah, I don't have, like, Bauble in this deck because it would, like, stop some of my mirror. Okay, Caller. Imskir. A mirror. And I'll attack for 7. You know what? I'm gonna attack Saheeli for 7. Breya, care to die? Now, with all of the artifacts and all the mana they have, they could do Urza things, or they could do Breya things. They could just, like, sacrifice stuff. Or they could give me the Claw. His plus deals damage and then gives life. The Claw.
Don't you see? You have all
Hello, me from the past. This is me in the future. Darksteel Citadel. I'm gonna minus before they kill him. Because, like, they could have killed him before.
these strange metals answer to me.
What am I feeling here? I'm trying to go for the ones that, like, don't die as easily. That's tough. Interlacer could be card draw for the future. Mox Opal was mana for the now. I'm gonna go Rust Harvester. Past Tezzeret's cooler. I'm not gonna deny that. It's true. Weapons manufacturing.
I expect
Beep boop.
success. I am in charge here.
Equipping up the Imskir. And I'll swing you at Tezzeret and you at face. This is just a germ. So when it dies, it only costs me 2 to move it around. So I feel like they're going to block and sacrifice Breya here. And use that to maybe kill the germ? Ooh, or maybe kill Tezzeret by blocking with the other thing they plan on sacrificing. I like it, I like it. And next turn, I think we start throwing artifacts. Now that we got the Basilisk color on Imskir. Oh, wait, are you just gonna go for a cool, funky double block? Wait, I'm into this. This is way better than you Urzaing me. But they might also want to, like, I don't know, get rid of whoever's blocking Imskir so I don't gain the life. Okay, we passed through. Let's see what they do. They joyminate. That's kind of cool that Breya, like, refunded 3 mana of her 4. Just, it's all blue now. Do I have any artifacts in the graveyard? Not yet. -4, -4 to Imskir. He has Death Touch, but okay. Thank you. Neat. I don't have the mana to play him again because I have the Mind Stone up. So I'm going to put this on Rust Harvester. Rust Harvester deals damage equal to its power if I can exile an artifact card from my graveyard. Now, remember how I don't have one? I can get one. I have a Mind Stone. They goofed up their blocks. That's why that happened. It feels like it. That's okay. I feel like they're just kind of like overwhelmed by the number of things they have, which feels right for having like Urza and Breya in play. It's crazy that that's any target too. Could also just attack with it. Because it's got Menace. It's huge. Maybe I want to get rid of Tezzeret. I should probably get rid of Tezzeret. I'll start with Imskir. Could have played the Vault first. I can't believe they haven't gotten rid of Tezzeret. Like, my Tezzeret, not theirs. Untappy. Yeah. Wild. I could gain life. Or do that. I'll grab Mox Opal. Oh, man. And Mox Amber. Wait. Oh, that's rad. Alright, I'll deal 18 to Tezzeret and 4 to face. He's got Menace. This is a crazy good one drop. I feel like there are ways they could still pull through here, especially with Breya's life loss ability. The 3 damage to player. That combined with some extra turns would get there. So, Teferi is bouncing the Rust Harvester. The highest mana value thing I have is the Mirror Enforcer. Hi, Liliana. Plus or minus? Okay, bye, Virus Beetle. Now, I think I can actually get lethal here, so I will. Bitter Triumph, discarding a card. I'll discard one of the fetch lands. Artifact land. Artifact. Ramming speed. Ult. Things happen. We swing in. And they are super dead. GG. Ketamos, the New Dawn. Going to be exiling permanents and cards from graveyard in order to draw cards, eventually gaining the life back that you lose by drawing the cards by attacking with lifelink. It's also an indestructible god, which, oh god, what a pain. I'm going to keep this hand because it has immediate ramp. Duress. Okay, it can hit Tithing Blade or it can hit Strike It Rich. I think you hit Tithing Blade. You have an indestructible commander. And unless you're Blink Ketamos, which I don't think you are, you don't want to have to sacrifice. All right, here we go. Step 1, Ornithopters. We be thopping. What? They're cursing me. Are they gonna curse Imskir? That's very rude. Like, understandable, but rude. I'll strike it rich. Play this frog. Bringing out this arena. It comes in tapped. Ketamos is now in play. With the Basilisk Collar. Is that 3? Trying to maintain these treasures for Imskir. Elspeth's Nightmare, are you killing my frog? The frog's better for throwing. Oh, hey. Ghost Vacuum. Unnamed Demon. Yeah, the tax here is very annoying. Yeah, I'm willing to give up the treasures as part of this. Just the one. Care to draw a card? They do. All right. Get to draw a little. Neat. And I am actually going to just immediately exile a card from my graveyard. So they don't draw, because if I do it on their turn, they would get to draw. Is this a Pinkie Pie avatar? Yes, it is. From My Little Pony. Aw, R.I.P. Weapons Manufacturing. If I can eat up the creatures from this too, I'll be able to maybe bring them back. Maybe. We'll see. I love paying life. Make you discard. Unloading a foundry. Putting the collar on. And swinging in. Seal away. Okay. Who goes to jail? Imskir or the Mirror Enforcer? Imskir. Well, at least they don't get to draw a card. I'll move it back here and... Again, I'm going to use the vacuum now. They're exiling my graveyard anyway, though, and none of these are things I can bring back, so I would just be adding to their count. So I'm just going to leave this here. Oh. We're still in combat. That is a mirror, so I can't, like, sacrifice it to the foundry. I will exile the Mirror Enforcer. And put it under my Ghost Vacuum. Goodbye, graveyard. They get to draw a card and lose a life. I have a bunch of Pinkie Pie figurines. I do actually have a bunch of free spells in my deck, which Vexing Bauble would stop. Free spells as in, like, these two. Affinity. I could pay... I like that I could actually sacrifice you to turn it into a 4/4. It's kind of cute. Arcane Signet. I feel like just hasting. Yes, I do. Yes, I do indeed. Hasting with a collar. They're sacrificing this bauble. And they're giving up. Because life gain is too powerful for Ketamos. It's not true at all. I don't know why they gave up. Brako, Heartless Hunter, is going to be killing my creatures and drawing cards if they hunt down the biggest creature I control. I am going to be able to cheat in the Gemstone Caverns here. I have 2 cheap artifacts and 1 expensive artifact. Do I care about exiling their graveyard in this matchup? I don't think I do. Like, I'm sure they have some graveyard recursion. But I feel like they probably won't have too much. Play the Springleaf Drum. Drew a land. And they're probably going to be doing a lot of, like, setting up for me to play a creature into their removal. I have some creatures in this deck. Definitely not a creature-heavy deck, though. Because we are an artifact sacrifice deck. This makes artifacts when I cast artifacts. Or, sorry, when non-token artifacts I control enter. They didn't give me anything to bauble. I still could have cast that to get 2 artifacts to add for Imskir's count, but... This card makes me want to play another, like, free sacrifice outlet. It's so cool. Please don't get rid of the manufacturing. Dang it. If I play this here, I could be setting up for the Imskir next turn. Right now I have Furnace Hellkite mana. Surak, Elusive Hunter, if I target them with spells or abilities, including the Bauble, they will get a bonus. Since I got a land here, I could play Imskir. He would just draw me 1 card. Kind of like going for the Furnace Hellkite instead, even though it does feel like I'm playing into their Brako. Here I thought Grim Bauble was going to hit like a Llanowar Elf or something. They're tutoring, assembling the team. They'll get the top third of their library and find something cool you can play. Maybe just a land so you can play Brako. I don't know. I tutor for lands all the time. But maybe that's a me problem. I don't understand. What do I think this is? I don't trust like that is what this is. I'll taking 4. I'm not blocking. Play the artifact land, and then Imskir Iron Eater. I'll draw 2. Playing this first wouldn't have changed the draw at all. We enter. We draw. It's 2 lands. Great. And I will swing in with both of these. Could increase the power by 1. I'm going to leave Imskir back since he is very killable. I'll offer the trade up for that. Oh, Maelstrom Pulse. Shame I don't have 4 mana to throw it. But they're also not drawing a card because they don't have Brako out. I could technically kill this first, but they would draw 2. I'll attack in with the Virus Beetle and Imskir. Let's see what they got. This will let them draw a card. They also might have a protective of, like, spell or ability. See? No, they don't. Good. Do I feel like playing this? No, it's a secret. It's a secret surprise monkey. I'll dash it next turn. Ugh, Hawk. Throwing that at him deals all of 1. It's a frog, isn't it? Go get him, Imskir. I throw the bauble at Hawk. Move my commander to the command zone. Play a land. Play a monkey. The monkey will be today's mystery mouse Cthulhu. Hot dog. Troll of Khazad-dûm goes to their graveyard, gets them a swamp. And we know they're playing fancy, not technically cards of the type. Oh, they don't have one for the swamps. Nowhere to run. Me frog! That's like a non-bow, I feel like, with your commander. Because it's the greatest power. If they had done that in the other order, they would have drawn twice, I think. Right, play this first. Imskir. Bloop. Now let's see if they have a glut of kill spells to continue to draw from. Bogchamp. Goodbye, graveyard. I have a little graveyard recursion in this deck. Not a lot, though. I have, like, Takenuma and Scrap Trawler. Nice. Giving things Death Touch and Lifelink. No, I'm good. They still have potential mana up for a kill spell. Alright, now that Imskir has that on him. Making sure I have 4 mana up to toss things around. Nice. I have 1 or 2 damage on demand with Death Touch and Lifelink. So I could kill Brako, as an example, in response to them casting a kill spell. Gravliner online. So they're going to try to long goodbye. In response, I will kill Brako. Does have a perpetual buff, though, so he will get to keep that buff, even though he dies. I think they can even afford to play him again. Yes, they can. They'll gain 5. Ooh, nice. The Junker. Junker is going to get me a victory here. I'll kill Brako. No, I don't want to kill my own Imskir. And I will just throw the Demonic Junker, which has a mana value of 7, right at their face. Boop. That's 7 and finish up with another 5. Perfect. I love when Affinity works. GG, Brako. Aharis the Storm Spinner. This is Spider-Man 2099. And it is a really cool commander. It can't be cast on your first, second, or third turn, but once you do cast it, and this actually counts for, like, its first cast, you end up getting some extra damage. It's kind of like a card with triple strike, because it's got double strike, and then deals damage equal to its power at the end of turn if you cast something or played something from outside of your hand, which is really easy because it counts your commander. It just does the thing. Mana online. Nice. My mana rocks. I could start throwing artifacts next turn with the Bombardier, but I'd rather do that later in the game. He'll just play Imskir. They didn't give me anything to kill. They could counter this, though. No, they didn't. I'll draw one card. Worth it. Yeah, my favorite thing to do with a Harris is give him the +3/+0 or +3/+1 haste cards. They're so good. A Reckless Impulse gives them more cards to cast from outside of hand, but none of them are lands. They'll still be able to cast one or both of these. Probably just one of them because this one costs 5. I need you to have cooler artifacts. I'm just gonna be aggressive here. I need you to have cooler things to kill. I'm sitting here on critter killings with nothing to kill. Is it time for a Harris? A Harris and a blast? I would blast that Bombardier. Maybe I should have thrown Imskir. You know, I probably should have thrown Imskir. That's like always worth it. I'll play Arcane Signets. Urborg. Junker. Kill their commander. They can play it again. Yeah, a bunch of cards in this deck can actually kill the commander, so I can recast it and draw more cards. Bombardiers can do it. And it's huge with this because this is a 8 mana, so it throws for 10. This can also destroy my own commander. Usually don't want to, but you could. Val, Marooned Surveyor, is going to be tutoring into a combo. And that combo is just 2 cards. Val, Trelasara, and then something to trigger either gaining life or any of Val's abilities, which includes scrying, surveilling, seeking, discovering, or investigating. That's a lot of different abilities. And once they have those 2 out, they can gain infinite life and deal infinite damage. Val is also just kind of tricky to play against because there's so many ways that they can tutor to their combo in these colors. I'm gonna play my funky little Ornithopter. How do I have, like, how can I stop the combo? I have a few pieces of instant speed removal in this deck, but for the most part, like, I can't interact with it very well. I have the 1 ring, I guess, which just causes them to gain infinite life and me not to take any damage, and it just goes forever, and there's no way to escape the loop unless they have a way to kill them, like their own creatures. That's how it is. A slight breeze can set off the combo. Yep. I can also just try to go faster. Might be able to play Imskir pretty soon, so that's good. Val now in play. A mighty 2/3 doesn't die to my bauble. We'll use the Solemn Simulacrum to get another, let's say, black source. Sure, I'll hold you 2 up. Oh, and there's the Trelasara. Now, can you trigger it? Probably, because you can fetch a Surveil land, which then does the thing. They didn't even need to search for the combo piece. It's just there. Turn 3 with no tutors, no ramp, no nothing. That's it. That's how easy it is. Val should probably be limited to once a turn, especially as an uncommon. that's gonna go. I'll save you the clicks. Old Stickfingers, gonna be a combo deck. Now, I have a great combo of cards here between the ramp, the recursion, and this Rust Harvester, one of my personal favorites, even with an Ancient Tomb. But without graveyard hate or instant speed removal, this can get so much worse. I can still race against them, because I have that, like, Ancient Tomb into Ornithopter. It's just, do I think it's worth trying? I gotta believe. I'm gonna believe in my deck. I don't have that much single target removal or graveyard hate that I could dig for anyway. So just gets me some selection. Could be worse. Bread. If you're not familiar with the old Stickfingers combo, it puts Arden and Ulamog in the graveyard, reanimates the Arden. Okay. Alright. And that's actually what I was looking for. Well, one of the things I'd be looking for. Thank you, Bog. Thank you, Bread. So there's probably going to be a turn between them putting the cards in a graveyard and reanimating. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes they use the card literally reanimate in order to stop it. That's some good bread right there. Cavern of Souls in the graveyard. I have lands. They're not really a counterspell deck. I could play Imskir here, or I could go for Tezzeret Mox Trawler. I'm gonna go Tezzeret Mox Trawler. Bread. Assassin's Trophy. Oh, on the Tezzeret? Yeah, because he's going to be tutoring every single turn, pretty much. Thanks for the land, though. That's honestly kind of cash money of you. I don't feel like I need to go for a Mox. I was going to go for, like, Mox Opal. Instead, Ghost Vacuum. Call it, insurance. This is my insurance policy here. You want to put things in your graveyard? That's cool. I like when things are in your graveyard. Broodheart Engine, that's a reanimation piece. The bread is currently, like, discounting for this, but I could still eat it. Bread. Yum, yum, yum. I'll hold it for now. Tomb, Signet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One sec. I'll leave up my my multicolored sources here. Imskir. Buying lots of cards. Great. Swinging in for 1. And chilling on the vacuum. There's also another version of Stickfingers you occasionally see, which is the Cultivator Colossus one, but I haven't seen that one in months. It's pretty much all the Arden Ulamog, where you haste an Ulamog that makes your opponent sacrifice 10 permanents. You also gain, like, 14 life or something like that. Then you win the game because you have instant speed, graveyard removal, and sorcery speed graveyard removal. It's both good against them. Rofellos, Llanowar, Emissary. I need ways to remove their commander. I have good ramp in this hand, and I guess on turn 4 I might be able to cast this, which is probably too slow against Rofellos, who generates so much mana so fast. But I have so little removal in this deck. Do I just keep it anyway? We go for it. It's time to break their Calderas. Also, I need to dig. I'm gonna dig. Okay, I'll take a 0 mana Ornithopter. It'll help me get to Imskir faster. Not that exciting, but it's still good. And they're ramping. Look, I can ramp too. Terminus of Returnimus. Ornithopter. And here's Rofellos. Oh no, and they're able to tap him multiple times per turn if they get another elf in play. You don't like Soulstone? Here we go. Now, Wirewood Symbiote lets you untap your elves. Palantir, just be, like, cool for me. One of those was an artifact land. One of them is a 1-mana artifact. Yes, take 1 entire damage. Sylvan Ranger, that is not just an elf. It is an elf with an Enter the Battlefield ability. They'll play this land, tap, untap. They have 10 mana to work with. It could be Ulamog. It could be anything, because Rofellos is not an okay commander. Seriously, it's not. I feel like any 1 or 2 mana card that's just a removal check shouldn't be able to be your commander. It's almost like it's been banned as commander in other formats before. Crazy that. I believe they're actually trying it currently as a as like a test case in Dual Commander. I feel like they'd be like, yeah, this isn't fun. Just a guess. Now they're going to be drawing cards as they recast this elf and getting more lands, because the more lands they have, the more mana they get. And sure, I can blast Caldera Breaker, but they can actually rescue an elf here. These are all elves except for Tireless Tracker with the symbiote. Caldera Breaker. The only thing here that can't be rescued is this, or this. I think I should go for the symbiote. They could have like a hexproof generating spell. So we're gonna take every single mountain out of my deck. All 6 of them that are left, because we already have one out here. Hell to play in Command Tower. Not quite what I crave. Nice, they actually hit 2 very big spells. Foundry Inspector and Mirror Enforcer. And they still have like 10 plus mana. Elves are happening. Yeah, they're causing elf harm. Next turn, if I get a land, I can Imskir and Yeet this. Barrel Encounter, okay, could give them a fighty bite. That would kill Ornithopter, rough. Kogla, actually going to start by killing that. You don't want to kill my Caldera Breaker? Why not? Now I won't be able to yeet. Unless I get an artifact land that's untapped. There's 2 of them in the deck. Aww, baby smack. Now there's a Nexus of Becoming. I could play that over Imskir, see what I get. Or I could draw off this and see what I get. No matter what, they're like destroying artifacts. So I'm gonna go for Boots first, because that's just like a discount on you. Imskir. Nice, there's an artifact land into Demonic Junker. They do have a human, but they don't have 2 mana up, so I can choose to kill Kogla or Rofellos. This is the thing that's causing the problems for me right away. And I can actually destroy my own Caldera Breaker. To get the lands into play. They come in untapped for some reason. Yeah, I'll shock that in. I don't know how much mana I'm gonna need this turn, but I'm sure it's too much. Nexus of Becoming. I didn't have lethal off like throwing that. Sure, throw that down. That's a turn. Next turn I may have lethal, though. Aw, Mox Amber. I'm just like, I'm waiting for the other, like, scary card. Hoof kills me. Nissa kills me. Witness Return of Ape? What was in the graveyard? I guess Feral Encounter. Oh, Symbiote? What do you don't need more mana? I guess it gets you more draws because it lets you cast more creatures, which triggers the Beast Whisperer more. And there's the hoof. We die. It's just how it is against Rofellos. At least I was able to do something. A minor amount of something. The Visa Orbital Overseer will be bringing in lands, the planets, and also making 2/1 flyers that can be sacrificed to get more lands. I'll keep this hand even though it doesn't have, like, real black mana in it. I got a Springleaf Drum, and hopefully I'll get something else that I can tap so I can make the black mana. Because I really want this Cranial Ram. It's a really fun card in this deck. Yeah, Vivisa's a value monster. Oh, are you going to turn something into a colorless card? I mean, I don't actually mind that much. It's easier to make colorless mana when you're doing artifacts. Okay, so they turned a Cranial Ram into a colorless spell here. It's actually, I think, a white spell, but its cost is 5 colorless. Yeah, the card is now white. Weird. They ramp with the Kami of Bamboo Groves. Getting an additional land into play. Just need one more and we got that. Tireless Provisioner is going to make landfall generate additional mana. Hate this card. It's one of those things where it's like, if we just had Tireless Provisioner, it would be good. But we have Lotus Cobra and Tireless Provisioner and Nissa. There's a lot of redundancy in this, like, category of lands. Or of, like, land mana generators. Midian Life Seed. Gets them another land in hand. Boop. Solemn Simulacrum. Grabbing a swamp. We could go for Imskir next turn. What Camille? Against a deck with blue in it? I kind of like going for Camille. So they warped this in. Surprised they didn't go for Vivisa. Oh, they can still go for Vivisa because they had a fetch land. And then attack just with this Kami of Bamboo Groves. And they'll get a non-land at the end of their turn. So the Kami swings in. The rest of you probably saddling up. Whatever it is, stationing. There's so few ways to stop land-based ramp. Am I going for Imskir this turn? Talisman of Indulgence. It wiggles. Virus Beetle. Make black mana, tapping the Virus Beetle. Draw a bunch of cards. Land, Solar Transformer. I could draw 2 more cards off the Drix Interlacer. I'll just do that right now. I might need that damnation. Rampaging Baloths. Landfall makes 4/4 beasts. Yeah, I think I might need that damnation. They'll be able to replay things because, you know, mana. But at least they probably don't have an extra turn card in hand with only one card in hand, right? Right? Yeah, okay, good. If I have enough mana, I could also, like, throw the Simulacrum to get some face damage in. But it might be better for me to just place something else after. And if I'm super scared of counter spells, I could Camille first. Oh, but only if I get one more land. Oh, there's a land. I think I like that. I'm gonna go for the Camille first. Nice. And then just a damnation. You get a non-land, I get to draw a card. We discover Goldhound. It's a treasure dog. What a good dog. And they give up because we have card advantage. I mean, you could just play your commander again. You'll rebuild, I promise. They disagree. Good game. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you so much to Photon Man for joining the membership program at the highest tier as one of the big dogs and requesting Imskir. This is a really cool deck. I think that it turns out well, and it's one of those, like, hybrid toolbox, just, like, decks that you could turn into a pseudo combo deck running things like Paradox Engine, but you don't need to, because Imskir is cool enough on his own with these, like, interesting mana, like mana reductions and then throwing things. I like it. I feel like this is kind of like an old commander in a new shape. It's been powered up from things like Bosch Iron Golem, but it still feels similar enough with new colors added in so you can have more fun. Definitely would recommend this if you like artifact decks. And if you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. As always, if you would like to come hang out while I'm recording these and just like playing a Magic, twitch.tv/Amazonian is where I stream, and I have been doing a whole bunch of draft. The reason I'm telling you about this now, though, is because there is currently a vintage cube in Arena that I'm playing over on stream. So if you want to check out some vintage cube gaming, it's not likely to go on YouTube, so you should come on over to Twitch and check out the cube for yourself. It's got the Power 9 and more in it. They're not actually calling it Vintage Cube, but it's totally Vintage Cube. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.